Yup! Welcome back to another episode of Be Ghetto Vlogs. I haven't been posting many YouTube videos lately. Probably 2 weeks ago was my last video that I posted, and it hasn't really been grass related. I know I said I was going to do longer form grass content. It's just been hard. I've been super busy at work. It's hard to bring the camera and the tripod and everything along with me and film on this for you guys as well as on my phone for TikTok. But more content will be coming shortly. The ground's getting rebuilt in a few weeks. Well, actually next week, like literally Monday next week, the ground is starting to be ripped up, drainage, irrigation, leveled out, all new couch, grass on top. So that'll be unreal come Christmas time. So I'll definitely be bringing the camera along to show a bit of that. But for this video, I posted a Instagram story yesterday asking for people to ask some questions so I can do a little Q&A. I haven't looked at the questions yet, but I'm going to do that now and get stuck into it. Alright, so first question is from Kevin.sag07. Put the question up here. The first question is, what's your favourite sport? It's kind of hard. Like, my favourite sport to watch has got to be basketball, like the NBA. I've got NBA League Pass. I watch and listen to as many games as possible per day. If you ever see me with my AirPods in at work during the NBA season, I'm probably not listening to music. I'm listening to the games. And when I'm home, I try to watch as many games as possible if I have free time to sit there and watch it. But as far as playing sport, the only sport that I actually play is cricket. I did play basketball back in the day, but since moving to Melbourne, I haven't been able to play. I don't have a team. I don't really know many people up here. So if anyone actually wants me to join their basketball team, I'd love to play. So hit me up, comment if you want me to join. It'd be sick. I didn't want to join a random team with people I don't know. But if someone says, Blake, come play, I'll be more than happy to fill in or play a full season, whatever. I love basketball. So that would be good. But I'd say cricket, football as well. I like to have a kick, but I don't play any club football or anything like that. I'm not that great. But watching, definitely NBA, and playing, it's got to be cricket, I guess. Okay, so next question we have tree_569. 2023 AFL flag. So I guess that's my prediction for the AFL season that is next year. I haven't really thought too much about it, to be honest. Although at work I have already put up my ladder prediction for next season without seeing the fixture or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and say Brisbane Lions. I think Brisbane really stocked up during the free agency period. The draft hasn't happened yet, but I know they're going to draft Will Ashcroft, who's a Brighton grammar boy. It's where I work. He looks the goods. He looks like he's got all the ability and talent to be a top-level midfielder in the AFL. So, yeah, I really think that Brisbane this year could do some damage if they are healthy. So I'm going to say Brisbane Lions. All right, next question. And these are all in order as well of when I got them. So if there's double-up questions, I'll acknowledge it, but I won't answer it again. So this next question is from Noah.Hall. I don't know if I've said that right. Hoare. Hall. How easy is it to get into sports turf management? I suppose it's relatively easy. Especially now, ever since COVID, a lot of people sort of stopped working, and it seems like they stopped wanting to work because everyone was getting paid just to sit at home. So it's actually quite hard to find people that want to apply for jobs and want to actually work these days. Everyone wants to be an influencer or just do nothing, which is pretty much... No, I won't go there. So for me, I just applied for a sports turf management apprenticeship at my local council because my dad kept telling me, get a job with the council, you'll be set for life. At the time I was working at the desalination plant, all my mates were there working, and they're all still doing sort of construction work and getting paid big bucks. But I don't regret my decision. So I got into that, just applied for the job, went to the interview, got the job. I didn't really know what I wanted to be. I was 19 at the time, didn't know what I wanted to be, just thought I'll give it a crack, see how I go. I like sport. I used to mow my grandma's lawns. And on the oval that I played on, I'd always sort of look at it and go, yeah, this is nice. And I knew the guy that was the apprentice there before me, so I played cricket with him, so it was sort of good to know someone and see them doing it. So I suppose it's easy if you want to do it. Just apply for a job. Go online, go on Indeed or Seek or anything like that, and look up sports turf management apprenticeships. and there's always plenty of apprenticeships at golf courses. There's not a lot of cancelled apprenticeships that come up because like councils tend to keep their people because no one wants to leave. Schools very rarely are looking for new apprentices. So your best bet is a golf course, maybe even a race course. But if you want to work and that's what you want to do, I mean, you've already got your foot in the door, so you've got a leg up on the next person. So I'd just say apply. You'll get an interview. Just be yourself and have a passion for what you want to do, and yeah, you should be sweet. All right, next question. Bush_Doctor_Tuckerman_. Do you ever get to see the boys doing cartwheels on the oval? Bit of an odd question. I don't really pay that much attention to the students. I kind of just do my work. But I've never seen any of the students at the school I work at do cartwheels on the oval. If I did, I'd be impressed because I can't do a cartwheel, so good on them, I guess. Alright, next question from Darcy.Carlson19. What another hobby you're good at? I'm assuming that means what's another hobby you're good at? I don't know, I suppose that's kind of implying that what I do now is a hobby. It's a full-time job, it's not a hobby of mine. I'm very passionate about it, I love what I do. So I guess it's kind of like, it is work, I get paid for it, but like even in my free time I kind of do that sort of stuff. So I suppose it could be looked at as a little bit of a hobby as well. As far as other hobbies go, I don't really have any. I'm kind of boring. I work full-time. Especially this time of year, I work Monday through Saturday. I play cricket after work on a Saturday, and then Sunday is really just my downtime, and I kind of just get ready for Monday. Like I just do washing, cleaning up, and watch NBA, and hang out with my dog, and take him out for walks and stuff. I'd like to have a hobby. I don't even know where I'd start. I honestly don't know what I would do as a hobby. Any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Also, stay tuned on this video. I'm going to do a burger review after this, so don't leave just yet. Next question is from Dan_Parker_. He says, what got you to where you are in life now? I mean, what got me to where I am in life now? I mean, I could tell you my whole life story, but I don't want to bore anyone. I mean, I'm just a normal guy. I'm the same as the next guy or girl, or whatever. I'm not anything special. I'm not famous or like a superstar athlete or anything like that. I'm just another guy that did an apprenticeship in sports turf management, and I guess I like the social media sort of route and the creativity behind it, and I just started making videos, and a couple of them popped off on TikTok and blew up, and I got some followers, which is great. But I suppose what got me to what I can attribute to where I am in life is probably my parents and like the upbringing that I had. My mum and dad growing up were always very loving and supportive of myself and my brother. Yeah, just top tier parents. I know everyone says they've got the best mum and dad. I'm not going to take that away from you if you think your parents are the best. I also think my parents are the best. They're the only mum and dad I've ever known, so I can't really vouch for anyone else but them. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I had good people around me. My parents, my grandparents, my brother, my friends were always very supportive. Don't really have I still have those friends, but not really now that I've moved up to Melbourne. They're all back where I grew up, except for like one or two of them that are up here, and I'm still very close with them. I don't know, I guess, so just like, yeah, just the people you surround yourself with, I guess, that's got me to where I am in life. Just being respectful, having good morals, good ethics, and sort of setting goals. It helps if you know, like, I know I said before that I didn't know what I wanted to do growing up or anything like that, even when I was 19, once I started this apprenticeship, but sort of once I got into it and I really got thrown into what I was doing and saw that I was half decent at it, and like mixed that with the creativity of social media and making videos and everything like that, it really, like, I was already passionate about what I was doing, but once I added in that element of the social media and the creativity behind that and the art form of, like, and I think what I do is art in general, like mowing ovals and the patterns that you put in there and creating a cricket pitch, it's art to some form. Some people may disagree, but to me it's definitely an art form. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and a lot of time, patience, effort blood, sweat, tears, everything. So yeah, I guess long story short, I'm just going to attribute it to the network I have around me, the people I have around me. So surround yourself with good people and people that support you and want to see you succeed. And to anyone that's trying to bring you down and like doesn't want to help you succeed and isn't sort of using your success to like they're not supporting your success, because there's always going to be some people in the background that are saying to your face that they support you and awesome and everything like that, but behind your back you know that there's a few people talking and they actually want you to fail. So if you can filter out those people from your life and just really surround yourself with the people that you love and trust, then the sky's the limit. Next question is from Andrew underscore Langers. Would you ever want to be a racecourse curator? I'm actually getting a phone call right now from an unknown number. I'm just going to ignore that. Probably just a telemarketer. Would you ever want to be a racecourse curator? To be honest, no, I wouldn't. I went to trade school, and my best mate at trade school, I'm still mates with him now. He was a apprentice turf manager at Mornington Racecourse, and then he continued on with that and was the head turf manager at Caulfield Racecourse for a few years. He liked it, but now he's moved to Sydney and he's doing golf courses. I don't know, I prefer the more finer turf. Racecourse turf is very long. It's not really like my scene. I'm not really into horse races and everything like that. Like I'll watch it sometimes. I might even have a bet on it, but not often. I'm more into greyhound races, you know. My dad has greyhounds and races them, so I got brought up around greyhounds. Ethical, not in a bad way. He doesn't race greyhounds. He's very smart about it and good owner of dogs. Treats them well. But yeah, no, I prefer the sports that I like to be around. So like I've always sort of been in the football field and cricket field area because I play cricket. I like to watch football. So I suppose for me, it's because I like playing those sports. I like watching those sports. It's easier for me to work on those sort of things. So yeah, long story short, racecourse doesn't really interest me at all. Next one's from Billy Johnson, 2012. What would your current Australian Test 11 be right now? Put me on the spot. I haven't really been paying too much attention to like the Sheffield Shield or anything like that, but give me a second. I'd love to see Will Pukowski in there. I know he's taken a step back from cricket at the moment, which is sad to see because he is such a talented player and definitely deserves to be in that Australian squad. I don't know, it's tough. Like, I really haven't been paying too much attention to Sheffield Shield to really even comment on this. So I'm just going to do it purely out of the squad that they've got in the order. I don't really like Marcus Harris, to be honest. I think we need to move on from that experiment. So I'd obviously open with David Warner. I'd open with Warner and Khawaja. Smith at 3, Labuschagne at 4. Cam Green at 5. I guess I'll put Alex Carey at 6. Travis Head at 6. Alex Carey at 7. And then we'll go Pat Cummins. At 8. Mitchell Stark at 9. Nathan Lyon at 10. And Josh Hazelwood at 11. That's my team. So I probably wouldn't have Scotty Boland in there, unfortunately, or it depends on where we're playing. But Harris and Scotty Boland miss out for me in my perfect test squad. My perfect test team out of that squad. But yeah, depends on where you're bowling. Obviously, if we're at the MCG, chuck Scotty Boland in there. He was a cult legend last year during the Boxing Day Test. I was at the game. I was at every day there last year, and it was pretty good to see. So I'd like to see Glenn Maxwell actually get back in the Test squad purely for entertainment reasons. I know he just broke his leg, so that's not going to happen. But yeah, here's what it is. Next question is from Jake _Chapman 17. Do you do your own cuts or get the patterns of other people? I do my own cuts. I do my own cuts. Lately I've just been doing single stripes in different directions. It's pretty simple. It's just only because I'm too busy to really spend time doing so the single cuts are the easiest because it's literally just going over the thing once. You just move with the ground and then whatever. The wider lines, you kind of have to do a bit more travelling around the ground. And then if you're going to do crisscross and everything like that, that's obviously double cut, so it's going to take longer. Diamonds are going to take longer. My favourite cut is the 3 widths. So it goes single one way, single the other way, then 3 one way, single the other way, single the other way, and then 3 the other way. I don't know if I've got a picture. If I've got a picture, I'll put it just here. It's in that photo there, but I'll put a picture of it just here so you can see. That was my favourite cut to do, and then I'd never seen it done before, and then I reckon like a year after I first did it, I was watching the AFL and they had I think it was at a Fremantle game, like a Fremantle home game maybe they did, or it was at the Giants stadium they did it, and I was like, I've done that cut. But yeah, I do my own patterns, but also you take inspiration from other people. Like I see, if you're watching the footy, you're watching the cricket, you see things and you go, oh, I might try that. Like but I never I don't know. I mean, do my own cuts most of the time. I think of what I want to do. I'll come up with an idea, but then half the time you do it and you see it somewhere else and you're like, oh, okay, well, someone else has done it anyway. There's only so many different cuts you can do. Billy Johnson, 2012. How good is Scotty Boland? I just cut him from my test team. Scotty Boland is a good player. He's getting on in age a little bit, but like I said before, he was a superstar last year in the at the Boxing Day test. It was unreal to watch. So hopefully, if he does get a game again, hopefully he does exactly what he did then, and just all of Australia will be behind him. Tom VDJ, best wicket you've ever prepared. It's kind of hard because I've only ever worked on the pitches at the school I work at now, so I've only been doing cricket pitches for the last 4 years. My first season was trash. I had no idea what I was doing really. John Shannon, who is the head curator at Melbourne Grammar School, he has a website and a book on how to prepare the perfect cricket pitch. So I read that religiously, would constantly be reading through it throughout my first season, and then just sort of through trial and error, just got better and better and better and better to now I don't have to read the website now. And I've actually met John Shannon a few times, so he's a great guy. He complimented one of my wickets one day when Melbourne Grammar come and played at BGS. I got a text message from the coach saying that John Shannon was very complimentary of the deck I prepared, so I was a little bit gassed up like that. But yeah, shout out to John Shannon. Best pitch I've ever prepared. There was a T20. I feel like it was. I might say the T20. Might have been the first year of COVID. The boys came back term 1. It was February, and they had a T20 on the Friday night, followed by a 1-dayer on the same pitch the next day. And the T20 pitch, we had a hot week of weather, and obviously for T20 you just want it as flat as possible, as hard as possible. T20 is a batter's game, and they're going to swing out their arse, so bowlers are obviously going to get wickets. But that pitch was unbelievable for a T20. Like it just looked like a great cricket pitch, and even Dirk Nattis came out and said that it's one of the best pitches he's seen. I don't know if he was saying seen at that ground or in general, but he said it looked like a world-class sort of pitch. So that was cool. So I guess I'll say that. I'll put a picture up here if I've still got one. And yeah, but apart from that pitch, there's been a lot of pitches I'm proud of, like last weekend's pitch, just here. Had a lot of runs scored on. I think it was like 450 runs in a 1-day match. Yeah, it was a road. I like to prepare roads. I don't really like to vary it up too much. Obviously weather dependent, you get different things, but for me, as a batsman, I like to see a lot of runs scored on the pitches that I prepare. But I would like to change it up a little bit here and there, and this year I've spoken to the coach and I sort of said I wanted to change a little bit. I haven't really yet. Maybe leave a little bit more grass on it to see what it does. But yeah, we'll see. Next one is from Freddie.Brayshaw. If you could work at any other APS school, which would it be? I've been asked this question quite a bit from like DMs on Instagram or just people in general. I have thought about it quite a bit. There has been a few jobs come up that I've been told to apply for the job at other APS schools. I won't name which ones, but just didn't suit where I was at the time, and I like where I am at the moment. They're all great. They're all top tier standard fields and everything like that. Where I am now, we kind of we do the turf and everything, but we also do the grass around the school and help out maintenance and everything like that, and pick up rubbish and do that. It's all part of working at the school. But I know some other APS schools, the grounds guys are purely on the grounds, and they just do the sports fields and just do the turf wickets, which would be unreal, just to be doing that. I think I'd prefer to work at like an off-campus sporting complex, like Melbourne Grammar, like Flack Park, or even Carey Sporting Complex, because that's off away from the school, and you sort of don't have the distractions of students or anything like that. You can just get to work, do what you want to do. You can spray everything. But they're all top tier. That'd all be great to work at, regardless of which one I'm at. So for now, I'm at Brighton Grammar, and that's where I'm happy. I live close to there. I'll continue doing what I'm doing there. If something else comes up in the future or something changes in my life where I have to move and whatever, I'll look into that. But at the moment, I'm happy where I'm at. Next question, _Brady.abella_. How did you get into your career? I did mention that before. So I haven't gone through these questions, so I'm sorry about that, but I'll bypass this one quickly. Got a job in sports turf management at the local council, worked there for about 6.5 years, and then I was in a time in my life where I really had to just get away from where I was. I was going through a few things mentally, moved up to Melbourne and with my girlfriend at the time, and yeah, just fell into the role at BGS with a subcontracting company. Things didn't work out with the company, with them and the school contract-wise, and the school decided to hire me directly instead and remove the company from that subcontract company and just go through me directly. So now I'm employed by the school, and yeah, it's been 4.5 years and I'm enjoying it. Next one is from Jonty_Swain. How and who got you into the industry? I guess I've kind of touched on that in the last few. So you already know how I got into the industry. Who got me into the industry? My dad just kept telling me, go apply for this job, get a job at the council, you'll love it, go do it. And I just went, yep, whatever. I went there just to shut him up, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So shout out to Dad for making me do that. Yeah, it was a good move. Next one is from Rhino2006. How's Duncan? I'm assuming you know Duncan. He's a good dude. I like Duncan. I'm a big fan of him. For anyone else who doesn't know, Duncan is my apprentice. He's 21 years old. He's a bit goofy, but he's funny. He's always good for a laugh. And yeah, really good guy. Nice guy, means well. Loves cricket, so he really wants to get involved in the turf and learn. He's always asking questions about that, so he's doing well. Next up is SD Kurtz 27. I want to know where you got your crease marker. Straight lines all day, son. All day. The crease marker. So the crease stencil, the yellow one we have, which is a big one, I got that from Turfmate. I'll chuck a little ad up here for them. So you can get that from Turfmate. And they've also got a single stencil one, which is the one I use more because it's just easier than having the full one every time. But I did not get mine from Turfmate. We just made it. The maintenance guy at my work just welded the thing together and made it. It's pretty much the same specs as the one that you can get from Turfmate. But if you want one, go to Turfmate on the website, order the big one or the small one, which one ever you're referring to. But yeah, they're very handy. Next one's from Monty_Broham. I'm not sure how I pronounce that, but hopefully I got it right. Are you changing job? No, I'm not. I trolled in my TikTok when I was at the MCG. I said I was going there for a job interview, but if you waited to the end of the video, I said I wasn't actually there for a job interview. One of my work experience kids that does work experience with me every Thursday, he's doing a week of work experience on the grounds at the MCG, so that's why I was there and got to go out on the ground, have a look at the pitch and everything like that in the lead up to the World Cup final, which was held last night. Amazing facility. Would like to work there, but I am not. I'm staying where I am right now. Next question is from Redden_Gus. Most runs in a cricket game. The most runs I've ever scored in a cricket game was 111. It was in a first 11 match against Fish Creek, 130 Miners versus Fish Creek. It was the 2013-2014 season. We actually won the flag that season, which was great. And I was told leading up to that game I was going to be dropped from the game, from the team, and go back to the twos. And we were only like 2 or 3 weeks out from finals, so I was a little bit like I needed to make runs. I hadn't made runs for a couple of weeks. I went to my grandma's house before, and I've never said this in my life. Like before this moment, I'd never said it. I was sitting there with my grandma, and I said, "I'm going to make 100 today," and she just laughed and went, "Oh, that would be nice." And I went in. We were 4 for maybe 120. We were chasing 280, something like that. I can't really remember, but I know it was a high, like 280, 290. I went in. We were 4 for like 100 or whatever it was. And yeah, me and the guy I was batting with put on a maybe 120 partnership, and then he went out, and another guy went out, and then me and the number 7 batsman put on the biggest partnership in our club's history, which was like 150 for a 7th wicket partnership. And we passed the total, and it was a hot as day. It was like 40 degrees, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm sweating heaps. I was like, yep. We passed him, let's call it off, and the guys yelled out, no, keep going, you're close. And I was like, close to what? Like, because I'm a pretty aggressive batsman, I was hitting boundaries and stuff like that, but I didn't even think. Like, I thought it was on like 60, and they go, you close to 100? I was like, nah. And then I was like, so I just kept batting, and yeah, got the 100. And then I started walking off the ground, and they were like, no, we'll play the game out. And I was like, whoop. So I ended up going out. I would have liked a big 100 not out, but I ended up getting stumped on 111, just dancing down to a spinner, and yeah, I was buggered, but ended up walking off, getting a big clap, and had a cold shower and a little bit of a cry in the shower just because I was overwhelmed with emotion. I was like, damn, I made my first ever 100, and that was in 2014, started 2014, and haven't made one since. I've made a couple of 80s, a couple of 70s, a couple of 60s, but never got to the 100 again, so hopefully this season I can do that. Next one is from the same kid, Redden_Gus. Favourite sport. Favourite sport to play cricket, favourite sport to watch is the NBA. I've said that before. And he's got another question, Redden_Gus. Favourite food. This is it's like something people ask you on dating apps. What's your favourite food? I'm just going to go ahead and say KFC. Obviously not all of KFC, but KFC is the fast food I get the most. Zinger box, add cheese, add supercharged sauce to the burger. Top tier. But apart from favourite cuisine, I'd probably say is Mexican. Next one is from Isaiah_Timmons. Just says, up are the Lions, because in the picture for my story I was wearing a Brisbane Lions Guernsey. I'm not a Brisbane Lions supporter, I'm a St Kilda supporter. I had that Guernsey from Bali, 7 years ago I bought it just while I was over there. I like their Guernseys. But I did predict them to win the premiership. Next is Rex.Savoltus. I'm positive I've butchered that name, but hopefully not. He says, what's your favourite song? Favourite song all time, I'm going to say Flame Trees by Cold Chisel, purely because I just have heard it so many times because it's my dad's favourite song. He was always singing it. So that's just embedded in me. It's probably I never skip it. If it comes on, I never skip it. It will be in the Big Ghetto Bangers at one stage. It always changes so much, but that's the staple song. Love Yours by J. Cole has a lot of meaning to for me, so that song as well. I've never skipped it. I've got a tattoo on my wrist there. You can't. It's upside down, but it says Love Yours. It's just about being grateful for what you've got, and not always striving for someone else's sort of position in life. Just being happy with where you are in life, what you've got, and being grateful for everything around you. Because if you're always looking at someone else's world or counting someone else's pocket, you'll never truly be happy. So that really hit me hard one day, and I like that song. So we'll say those two: Love Yours by J. Cole and Flame Trees by Cold Chisel. Next one, we're almost done. Liam Steele _. Where do you want your career to take you in the future? I don't know really. I want to keep doing this social media sort of thing while also working. I I don't know, because like where I am now, I like it. I do, but I can't see myself being there for my whole life. Like I'm only 30 years old. There's plenty more to explore. I'd love to sort of move on to a bigger sort of project, like a more high level stadium. Or I've always wanted to move to the United States and work over there, for whether it be for 6 months or 6 years, I don't even know. But I'd love to just travel around somewhere and just set myself up somewhere else in the world and working on like a prestigious sports field or golf course or anything like that, where I can just go, yeah, this is sick. So I guess anywhere really. That's the beauty of this job. Grass grows pretty much everywhere in the world. There's always going to be a job for me. So the world is my oyster. Fourth last one, Flino Price. Would you like to end up working as a groundman at a stadium like the MCG later on? Yes. Yeah. It would be nice. It would be so cool to be working on one of those fields and then turn on the TV and seeing your work being played on, like at the top tier level. So long story short, yeah, I would like to work at the MCG or even Optus Stadium, SCG, Adelaide Oval, anything like that, top tier. NFL grounds in America, not the synthetic ones, the proper ones, would be elite as well. Even a Major League Baseball field would be cool. Lords in the UK would be sick. J Gibbo _24, how old are you? I've just turned 30. I know I don't look it. I'm a young looking chap, you know. Not a day older than 22, I would say. I'm 30 years old, so I'm getting on in age. I probably should think about settling down, having kids and that, but I just can't do it, you know, not yet. No matter how many times mum and dad and grandma and everyone else tells me, when are you going to bring a girl to Christmas, or when are you get married, when are you going to have a kid, when are you doing? Yeah, relax. Times have changed. I'm 30. I know back in your day, people got married to the first girl they ever saw when they're 18, whatever. Hey, chill. I got time, chill. The same kid, J Gibbo _24, says, what BBL team do you support? I haven't really watched a whole lot of Big Bash in the last few years, but I was always a Melbourne Stars fan, so I'm going to say Melbourne Stars. Yeah, just a fan of Glenn Maxwell, so if he's there, I'm there. There is one more question on there, but I'm not going to read it out. It was a bit inappropriate, so I'm just going to leave that one sitting there. But that is it for the Q&A. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video. It went for a little bit longer than I thought it was going to go for. But let's get into this burger review. The hunt for the UK's greatest cheeseburger continues. I don't know if you guys have seen that dude on TikTok, the UK guy, #Burger, #Brady. Top tier content. Just does burger reviews on TikTok. Always rips his bag and says, the hunt for the UK's greatest cheeseburger continues. Yeah, you get it. Hopefully you guys have seen that. Anyway, I have been to Fat Jack's. So, been to Fat Jack's in Clayton. I haven't actually been there. You caught me out. You caught me in 4K. I got it on Uber Eats. I was going to go, and then I thought, if I don't go, I can stay home. Fat Jack's, Uber Eats. I did not order a drink, so I've got a can of Schweppes brown creamy soda. Top tier drink. Reminds me of when I was a kid in primary school. I used to get it from the canteen all the time. Anyway, so first up, I don't know why, this is way too much food for me, but first up, I saw these and I never, they are massive. They are huge. Look at that. That is a mac and cheese croquette the size of half my face. That is massive. I'm gonna probably eat, I'll probably eat half of that, to be honest. Chili sort of mayo sauce to go along with that. Let's give this a taste first. I know it's not a burger, but dip it in the sauce. Oh. That is top tier mac and cheese croquette. Big, thick, cheesy, creamy. Oh, give it a smell. That's unreal. 9.3 out of 10. That's elite sort of stuff. The only mac and cheese croquette I've ever had that's better than that is a place in Kew called Dawson, and it comes with like a harissa mayo, like a spicy mayo, but I always swap that out for chili jam because their chili jam is top tier. But these are very, very close to that. Unreal. All right, next up we have the burger, Fat Jack. This burger was called the El Chapo burger. So we got just a single beef patty. There's some beef chili in it, like an American sort of chili. You know, like the beef, like the mince sort of stuff. So you got the beef patty. There's chili there. There's cheese, jalapenos. What else we got here? There's some sort of. I think that's it. Like cheese, beef, jalapenos, and then the beef chili. And the Fat Jack stamp of approval on the top bun. The bun's soft, super soft. It feels like a brioche bun. It's toasted. The beef looks good. The cheese looks good. It's just American cheddar cheese. Jalapenos, I like it spicy. I don't think it's going to be too spicy, but the beef chili. Anyway, Marshall, enough. Stop it. I'm filming a video, mate. Just my dog. Alright, let's get into it. The beef's cooked nicely. Still a little bit of pink in there. That's what you want. Pink in the middle. Nice crunch on the jalapeno. Beef chili adds a little bit of spice to it. It's definitely has a little bit of kick to it. I'm assuming that's why there's no sauce on there. Actually, there might be a little sauce. There is. There's like some sort of yellow sauce. It's not mustard. Might be mustard. I can't taste mustard, but it looks like mustard. Anyway, we'll go one more. Solid burger. Like, it's not the best burger I've had, but it's definitely not. It's not the same as the other two that I did in the YouTube videos. It's good. I would get this again. I'm gonna say 7.7 out of 10. The mac and cheese croquettes, whatever I said, I think it was 9.4, 9.3. They're the real winner here, but this is a burger review, so 7.7 out of 10. Fat Jack's Clayton at M City. If you haven't had it, feel free to go get some. I'd say it's a decent burger. It's worth getting. Anyway, that's it from the Q&A video / burger review. Hope you guys liked it. Smash that like button if you did. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Tell your friends, tell your mum, tell your grandma to watch me subscribe. And thank you. Bread.